All right, well, it has happened again. There's another Ring doorbell incident with a crazy person. This time, we're gonna take this one. You guys remember this guy? What was his name again?
My name is Harry Dresden, motherfucker.
His name's Harry Dresden. That's not actually his name, but that's who he thought he was in this scenario. So let's take this. Let's take this and flip it completely 180. You got a guy in flip-flops, a long jacket type of wannabe trench coat kind of thing, looking like Millhouse, coming off of some drugs or something with an anime shirt. This is early morning. So let's flip this 180. Let's take it to nighttime with a not nerdy looking guy. And this is what this thing shows up on your door.
Around 8:30 Thursday night, Rebecca Breen and her husband were watching TV.
We started getting alerts on our phone that there was action at or motion on our Ring camera at the front door.
It was their first warning. They weren't alone.
We heard a loud knock, and we looked on the Ring camera, and we noticed that there was something very strange going on.
A man with a knife stood at their door.
It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying.
Appearing to make a stabbing motion over and over.
First reaction, we called 911 and asked for them to, that we needed them immediately.
There were several residents calling.
That guy shows up on your front door. You're watching TV on the couch. You're doing homework with the kids. Maybe you're on your way home. Maybe.
It was absolutely terrifying.
Maybe you have your Ring doorbell silenced on your phone. I know people who have Ring doorbell, and it's so annoying that they have it silenced on their phone. If that's the case, you're not getting any notifications besides maybe hearing a knock. Apparently he knocked on a door or two. I don't know how many doors he knocked on. He's clearly insane, and you'll see later how insane he is. But what would you do in this situation? You're at home. Your safe place. Your sanctuary. And this dude's able to walk up on your door with a kitchen knife. It's not a machete. It's not a crazy knife. A knife is still a knife. Because imagine if you're watching a movie with someone, or you're doing something, you're like, oh crap, I gotta go to the store. I forgot to get a gallon of milk. I forgot to get cereal. I forgot to get whatever, right? We've all done that. That's all happened. Everyone has experienced that. And your Ring doorbell chime is off. Maybe he didn't knock. Maybe he's standing at your front door doing this.
Appearing to make a stabbing motion
and you open the door
and over.
What do you think is going to happen? You don't know he's there. He doesn't know you're coming out. You open the door and he's there with a knife. What do you think is going to happen?
First reaction, we called 911 and asked for them to, that we needed them immediately.
There were several residents calling. Stuff is actually caught on Ring camera. So our deputies got in the area actually just within minutes, but by then he'd fled.
The Sacramento County Sheriff's...
He fled. They got there in minutes, but he fled. You got stabbed to death and he ran away. The cops were there in minutes, but then he fled. And there's a dead person at their front door of their home. Whether they're renting or they own the house, it don't matter. That's your sanctuary. That's your safe place. That's where all your stuff is. Everything you need. Your family, your wife, your dog, whatever it is. Now you're dead in your doorway because this guy
office also sent a helicopter to search for the man, but there was no sign of him.
It's pretty scary stuff. He's going out there literally thrashing on doors with knives, but fortunately, again, nobody hurt. People were very smart in the sense of locked the doors, stayed inside, and called us.
When we spoke...
And that's another thing. What if you didn't lock the door? What if you forgot to lock the door? We've all forgotten to lock the door. Like, oh crap. There were a couple times that I forgot to lock the door. I woke up in the morning. Oh wow, my door was unlocked all night. And I didn't live in a good neighborhood. I also lived by myself. I also didn't have any firearms back then. So if someone had come in with something, I probably would be seriously injured, paralyzed, dead. Who knows what I would be.
With the sheriff's office, they tell us that they still haven't caught this person. Does that worry you?
he has been caught. He has been arrested. This is like the first report. There is a second report. Today was his second court date. I wasn't able to find any information on what happened today.
Absolutely.
But he is arrested. He is in custody. He's not on the streets currently.
I do believe that we were a random target. I don't think that we were specifically targeted, but I think it's very scary because if it wasn't us, it's going to be someone else. I mean, clearly he was not in his right frame of mind at all.
A chaotic court hearing.
Because this isn't, he gets arrested. This first initial thing happens. He gets away. They arrest him. And then they let him go.
For the man caught approaching homes while holding a
and then he
knife.
gets arrested again.
Brian Mattson was captured on doorbell video going up to houses in the Arden Arcade area with a...
After he gets arrested the first time and released, he's back out doing the same thing again, like a little ways away from where he was doing it in the first place. He's out there with a knife again, doing this again.
Knife in hand, and he was arrested last week and released over the weekend, and then he was arrested hours later for trespassing.
And today was his first court appearance since he was taken into custody a second time, but it took hours to begin because his outburst kept delaying the proceedings in court.
KCRA 3's Anahita Jafari is live with more on what happened inside that courtroom today. Anahita?
Yeah, Lisa Curtis, there was a major delay in court today. We waited nearly 2 hours for Brian Mattson to be brought out. And once he heard the charges, well, he wasn't very happy. He began demanding his paperwork as well as cursing at the court. Let's listen in.
How much time am I looking at for a violation of trespassing?
Go ahead downstairs, sir.
How much can I get some paperwork? Wait, what the is a trespassing
Watch your language and
This is scary. This guy has nothing to lose. He's proving that right now. He's not cooperating. He's saying stuff he shouldn't be saying. He's cussing at the court and demanding things. He has nothing to lose. A man with nothing to lose who is insane had a kitchen knife and was at some random person's front door.
Can I have some paperwork that says what time I'm looking at?
56-year-old Brian Mattson was arrested twice over the weekend. He was originally seen Thursday night on ring camera videos on La Sierra Drive in Arden Park, going up to homes with a knife and making a stabbing motion repeatedly. Deputies say no one was hurt, and neighbors say they're scared for their safety. Deputies then arrested Mattson Saturday morning, saying they could only book him on a criminal trespassing charge. Now, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says it asked probation officials to place a probation violation hold on Mattson because he's on felony probation. But that request, we're told,
felony probation, and he has priors, and they keep letting him go. Until what? Until when? Someone dies? Someone gets stabbed to death inside their own home? Let's say this guy pulls a Harry Dresden and goes through the side gate, comes in through the sliding glass door. Now you have a crazy person with a knife inside your house. Your Ring doorbell ain't gonna protect you then. What are you gonna do? When does this have to change? What has to happen for this to change?
was initially denied. Mattson was...
They were supposed to build another jail somewhere in Sacramento or within the region, but people voted no. They voted no new jail. We don't need another jail. Now the current jails are so overpopulated that they're releasing people because they have nowhere to put them. They can't house everyone. And there's so many people coming in that their only option is to let them go. And all the insane asylums got shut down. So these people are literally just being put back out on the street so they can keep doing this. And now it would appear that they're getting a bit more more brave, or they're becoming that much more insane that they are going up to random people's houses now and just doing
Then released
Crazy
within
thing.
a couple of hours. Hours later, though, deputies responded to another trespassing call involving Mattson near Fair Oaks Boulevard and San Lucas Way, less than half a mile from the location of the first arrest. Now, some of my notes here show us that this time a probation violation hold was approved and Mattson was taken into custody. In court today, the judge said Mattson's probation is revoked.
Our world is the dangerous.
And then you got people like this guy. I don't know who this guy is, but he is an idiot. This guy is a complete idiot. He does say some stuff that's valid, but this is just stupid.
Place at times, right? And we have to really be hyper vigilant of what we do and where we are and our surroundings, and it's unfortunate, but that's reality right now. That's what we're hoping, take situations like this and learn from and prevent it in the future. But you know, I'm not going to go home losing sleep. I'm optimistic and hopeful that the system will do what it needs to do and protect
The system will do what it needs to do. What
the
did you say
community.
just before that?
This and learn from and prevent it.
Learn from situations like this and prevent them in the future.
But you know, I'm not going to go home losing sleep. I'm optimistic and hopeful that the system will do what it needs to do. And
You're optimistic that the system will do what it needs to do. The system didn't do what it needs to do the first time. What makes you think they're going to do it a second time? It's been like this for decades, and people still think this way. This makes no sense. You're not going to get anywhere in life with this mindset. You either need to protect yourself, you need to change your voting, or you need to actually do something to get things changed. Having optimism and thinking that the system is all of a sudden going to change to come protect you when some random guy shows up on your front door with a knife and you see it on your Ring doorbell and anything can happen, you think the system is just going to, we're here to protect you. No, you need to protect yourself. The system ain't going to help you. The system is there to maintain law and order, but it's not there to protect you. And if it's this far gone, as it has been for a very long time, it's not going to all of a sudden change. It's not going to just turn around.
protect the community.
Protect the community. Nope. Then there's this lady. I like this lady.
We gathered our cats and our baseball bat and my sledgehammer and my gun and went in my bedroom and just sat there and listened for hours.
For hours. You have a baseball bat, a sledgehammer, your firearm, and you're in your bedroom waiting for hours. That's ridiculous.
Guthrie says the man is homeless, known in the area, and lives right behind her house.
This dude lives behind her house. You can't move this person somewhere. You can't take him somewhere else. You can't force him to pack up and move him to like Fresno or something.
In this space between her backyard and a Chase bank. This Ring video was also shared from a different home in proximity, putting family.
This is what I was talking about in the beginning. Look, he runs up there like he's in some kind of like fantasy, like a kid playing outside on summer break, like a 10-year-old or something, or a 9-year-old, whatever. You're playing make believe, right? Or maybe you're in your house playing make believe.
Yard and a Chase bank.
There's a dinosaur
video
chasing me.
was also shared from a different home in proximity, putting families on high alert.
What is he doing?
Received a message from my wife and neighbors about this individual with a knife on their porch, and it was 40 steps from my kids sleeping at night, and I was away on work and pretty helpless, and so seeing this, it's almost something that came out of a movie.
He's not even at home. He's away on work and he's watching this on a Ring doorbell, and there's nothing he can do. Literally nothing he can do besides maybe call 911 where he is, has to be transferred to the police department where he lives, and then tell them what's going on, and hopefully that doesn't take 45 minutes in itself, and maybe someone can get there to help protect his family because he's away on work.
And
this is why you need to protect yourself. This is why you need to be prepared, because this crap is real.
You can't unsee it.
On Saturday, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office arrested the suspect, 56-year-old Brian Mattson. They say the only crime they could charge him with was criminal trespassing, which is a misdemeanor. The Sheriff's Office says deputies learned Mattson was on felony probation, and they say Sacramento County Probation declined to place a probation hold. He was released from custody in less than 2 hours.
This is the system. This is the system. They denied to hold him, even though he's on felony probation. This is the system that guy is optimistic about is going to change and help protect the community. This guy was on, as you've seen, he was doing this. Knives on people's doorsteps, on Ring doorbell cameras. People are terrified, watching from their phones. The system denied to keep him. The system denied to hold him. The system is not there to protect you.
After being booked.
It's absolutely disgusting. If somebody had opened that door, there would have been a bloodbath.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. Imagine this dude's spazzing out in some kind of like fantasy or some kind of like insane daydream or something, and he has the knife and he's behind that bush thinking he's like in Vietnam or some kind of I Am Legend war zone, and you open the door and you scare the crap out of him. He turns around, he thinks you're something else, and he stabs you right in the neck. You're dead. You're dead. And he's going to get away. They're probably going to find him in like 3 days. But someone just died because probation, the system chose not to keep him.
And he's free, and he has priors. And they wouldn't tell Becky what the priors were, but
and
you
sure,
have priors.
like I said, those might just be kitchen knives. But it don't matter. They can still take your eye out, penetrate your neck. This can still kill you if used properly or even just accidentally.
You have priors and you're going around in a residential area, knocking on people's doors late at night.
ABC 10 was
what if
also
there's kids outside? This dude's running around, this crazy guy's running around with a knife. He got arrested. They let him go.
Area shortly after 7 Saturday night when deputies began swarming the area where Mattson stays. Minutes later, the sheriff's office says he was rearrested for once again carrying a knife and trespassing. Michael Duville was also there, and although baffled, says he believes this is a failure of the system.
This situation has really kind of opened our eyes that politics is all local. It's our backyard. It's our front porches in this case, right? And so we want to learn and understand, changes that are being done at the top level and how they're impacting our families.
But this is why you need to protect yourself. The system is not going to protect you. The incidents like this prove this every single time. People, what if this guy was like the Summer of Sam, but with a knife, and in California? Or wherever Summer of Sam was. I think it was East Coast, maybe I'm wrong. But what if this guy just casually just killed 7 families that night and got arrested the next day? What if that happened? Then what would happen? Would the system change? No. Would they do anything about it? They'd apologize probably. Would anything else happen? I don't know. If any one of those families, if anyone had a firearm, knew how to use it, knew how to clean it, knew how to take it apart, knew how to load it, unload it, know when it's loaded, check if it's safe, check if it's not safe, had practice shooting, all of that, this guy could be put down in one instance. The system is not going to protect you. You need to protect yourself. And with these things that keep happening like this, people are showing up on your front doors, you better be ready, and you better make sure your doors are locked and your sliding glass door is locked. And even if that's locked, it don't matter because it's sliding glass. They can break it. They can still break in. Someone like this gets in your house, you're in big trouble. Learn how to protect yourself, protect your family. Make sure those in your family know how to protect themselves and everyone else as well. Because if, like I said, if that guy was out of town and his kids and his wife were sleeping and that guy came in through the sliding glass door, what do you got then? This is just horrible. This is disgusting. And this could have been very bad. So please be careful out there. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.